We have a.
How many?
Oh, 30 seconds.
I was just thinking about back when you came on the ring meetings, I used to bring an entire picture.
You don't do that anymore.
And then I.
I was supposed to take that last meeting and I forgot. Yes, I will take that down. It can't be that heavy, it's just.
Clock will never be so.
Okay, y'all, it's 9:30 a.m. Welcome. December 9th, 2025. The city council members are here to meet along with our county commissioners, specifically to talk about EMS. And so I'm calling this meeting to order for city council. It's a workshop, so you have no posted agenda. We will take no actions today. If there's something that needs to be addressed, we can add it to the January 6th, 2026 council meeting. We'll just let our city secretary and current interim city manager know. Okay, Judge.
All right, thank you. We'll call this Brewster County Commissioners Court to order this morning on December the 9th. Let's all rise for the invocation and the pledge of allegiance.
Almighty God, thank you for this beautiful day. Thank you, Lord, for this sense of community. We're coming together, that your name be glorified. Lord, we ask for wisdom and discernment in every decision that we make here today. Let everything be a blessing, oh God. Bless the leadership, the city council, the commissioners, the judge, the mayor, everyone here. Lord, we give you the glory and honor for such a time as this. So much need, so much of a struggle out there, but we are here, Lord, to reach out to a world that is hurting. We give you all the glory and honor, and we praise you, God. Bless everyone here today. In the mighty name of the precious Father, the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
All right, good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming this morning, particularly I know city council, you guys aren't used to stuff getting up this early. You guys will pass this down. No, thank y'all for joining us today. This the purpose this morning, what we're going to do is just have a quick discussion about the EMS task force, and then we'll recess. You guys will adjourn. We'll recess for a few minutes while we rejigger the room, and we'll resume the commissioners' court meeting. Might have to share. I may not make fun.
Oh, I think it's on that side. There we go. We got it covered.
What I want to do this morning is, for those of you, most of you know this already, that we are entering in our third year with Urban Air providing third-party EMS services. They indicated to us that as of May of next year, that they no longer want to be in the ground business in Alpine, and they're not going to renew the contract. Having said that, I will tell you that I have had a conversation with them since then, and they are willing to extend or stay longer until we get our solution resolved. What I really want to tell both bodies of the government, rather than doing it separately, and I say one thing to the commissioners court and another thing to the council, and then we get confused, is that we have appointed a task force. It's in front of you, the list of names. Remember, there is somebody from Marathon that we've asked to join to represent Marathon as well. This is just a group of people from across the northern part of the county. And we've met once. We'll meet again tomorrow to talk about what kind of direction we want to head when it comes to EMS. And there are three broad questions that I've asked the task force to look at. Number one is what do we want in an EMS? Number two, what is it going to cost us? And number three, what's the structure for that end result that we want? All of these are being worked out. There's no specifics today. We just wanted y'all's blessing, both government bodies' blessing, that allowed us to proceed with this task force. Our plan is to be in front of the two bodies of government by the end of February, first part of March, with a recommendation on what we want to do regarding EMS. I will say that for those of folks that are on the EMS committee, realize that, I mean, EMS is an expensive proposition. Like everything, it costs money to operate. When you start putting people on duty 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and you give them benefits and a good living wage, it's it adds up. But that's important. I think EMS is important to our community. This EMS operation makes about 600 transports per year to the local hospital. They actually make more calls than that, but not all calls get transported. So anyway, we've got some work to do at the task force, and this is really more informative for you guys. And I'm open to questions or any issues or concerns.
Judge, I just have a question. How, if at all, does the, and I don't recall the right term, the thick bend regional, whatever, our medical group is not the hospital, but the other side, how that play in this discussion?
So the hospital district is sitting on the task force.
They are, okay, so.
They play because they have EMS capabilities.
Yeah.
At the last two sessions ago, they went back and got their charter revised to take care of the EMS. The difficulty with the hospital district is that it's a bi-county hospital district. And so whatever was done for Brewster, we have to consider what we do for the city and stuff.
But they are.
But they're involved.
That's all. Thank you.
Councilmember Escobedo?
I was just wondering, like, why they're pulling out. Is it mainly money?
If you want to know the truth about it, there's no money around EMS. If you do the math, there are very few people that actually make money in private EMS services. There are a few large players. When we did this back in 22, when we negotiated this contract, we had three players that bid on it. One player got eliminated pretty quickly because they were sort of a low budget, undercapitalized private operation. And it came down to Emergent Air and GMR. GMR is a publicly traded, very large corporation that operates. They're a large healthcare company doing lots of things, but they operate ambulances across the country. They were not chosen largely because we felt like at the time we were just going to be a number in their very big machine. And Emergent Air has done a good job. I don't have any complaints with Emergent Air. But at the end of the day, the profitability with the rising payroll costs and our payer mix, if you have to look at our payer mix is very heavily Medicare. We're a very heavily Medicare payer mix. Medicare doesn't pay much to transport. And so with those rising costs and low collection rates, they have stayed in here because they generate a lot of money off the air. So anybody that comes in here from a private standpoint is going to be interested in the air contract. We don't do that's not our job. Air is not within the realm of the city council and the commissioner's court. That's really between them and the hospital. So at the end of the day, and at some point we'll bring you back some numbers and show you how much it doesn't make. This will never make any money. It's always going to absorb money.
Councilmember Lucas, you're on the task force. Do you have any other comments or? Councilmember Martinez?
Thank you, Mayor. Were they in charge to fly people from out of town, or just hitting up? Were they in charge to fly people?
Well, so Emergent Air offers both air and ground. So they keep a plane here. And so the hospital usually calls them if the patient needs to be transported by air. There is no ground service from here to Odessa. And quite frankly, a lot of people would just go by ground from here to Odessa versus flying to Odessa. The problem is no one's been able to figure out how to make that work either. We won't be talking about that in the task force. We're strictly dealing with the 911 side of it, which is picking acute patients up locally and taking them to the hospital.
Is a third party ready to take care of this task? Or
There are a couple of third parties, particularly GMR is interested in looking at this again, and that may be one path that, well, it is one path that the task force will look at. It really comes down to we take it in-house and run it in some sort of a county, city function. Do we send it out and do we go back to a third party provider? Does the hospital district take it? There are about 5 or 6 different avenues that this task force has been asked to look at.
And Central City is ready to work together with county, so to support whoever is taking over.
The task force meeting is tomorrow at 10 o'clock at the fire station. It's open to the public, where a lot of it's just hardcore discussion. We're dividing into small teams to kind of divide and conquer projects that we need to look at. And just as an example, we ran the numbers. If you put somebody on, so the traditional EMS shift is 48.96, 2 on, 4 on. That's fairly popular across EMS and fire agencies. If you put 2 medics on, a paramedic and an EMT on 48.96, and you're going to need 6 people on your staff to pull that off, because you got to have people behind those. Your payroll, just your payroll alone, without adding any benefits, is $600,000 a year. We contribute collectively $350,000. You add on overhead, fuel, supplies. Now, the good news is that the state legislature at this last legislative session, counties under a population of 66,000 are eligible up to $500,000 grant for purposes of purchasing ambulances, purchasing and equipping an ambulance. So we got a bonus here in the middle of all this because if we didn't have it, we'd be also looking at the capital cost of buying ambulances. But we'll be able to use the state's money for that. And we're looking at how that might, what that would look like, how many can we buy for that kind of price. That's what.
Councilmember Bertino?
No.
And I also wanted to mention that we have some town halls already scheduled so that we can get input from the citizens on what they want as far as EMS service. And those are January 26th at the Soul Ross Ballroom at 6 p.m., January 21st at 6 p.m. at the Civic Center. And then we also have one January 31st, the location to be determined for everybody to come in and give some thoughts. And
I'd like to do one marathon. If we could. And yeah, we encourage people from the public to come, listen to the numbers. We need the input from everybody on what do you want in the EMS. I mean, as I said some months ago in an article in the paper, when I'm having chest pain, I want 5 paramedics, 6 helicopters, and 3 ER doctors, right? That's what we want. If we can do that, but what's it going to cost us? Any other commissioners?
When you say ground transport, on the incident to Bigman Regional Medical Center, you say the emergent doesn't do ground transport. So how did they get to Midland, I guess, or were they?
Mostly either in the private car, if the patient's stable enough, or fly. There is no ground transport service between here and Odessa Midland. There should be, but and people have tried it, but at this point there's not.
It's a worse financial situation from Medicare standpoint. Again, it doesn't make it.
Yeah, I mean, the flight fees are scary.
We're considered to be super rural by Medicare.
Yes.
But even that, our Medicare reimbursement runs about $400 to transport here in Alpine. Now in Terlingua, they get about, don't hold me to this exact number, $600-700 because they are so they're making the money on mileage.
Yeah,
is what they're getting paid on. So, I mean, we're very fortunate that we have a hospital here.
Yeah.
Without a hospital here, we'd be transporting these patients to Fort Stockton. And for Terlingua, that would be catastrophic. Mr. Taylor?
We've kind of been the black sheep all along, you know. So I really encourage the committee to look at Marathon having an ambulance station there. We have to wait for the ambulance to come from Alpine. For them to get in the ambulance and come to Marathon and then pick you up and then drive you back. So, we've lost some people because of that. So I think it's our turn to kind of not to be forgotten.
I don't think anybody's ever had the challenge of staffing EMS in a 6,200 square mile county. Now, Southern County's in good shape. Charlevoix is fine. They have an emergency services district and they're doing very well, but they only run up to Elephant Mountain. So basically Elephant Mountain is the southern.
Well, then we got Black Gap in our.
And you got Black Gap, Stillwell's, all that over there.
And that border patrol checkpoint there, I mean, just, there's a lot goes on.
Yours is kind of a no man's land over there.
I want that to change, I want it to be.
So South County, they still have to fly people up.
Oh, they do now.
Oh, yeah.
They're more rotor wing.
Yeah.
We're more fixed wing.
Of the 500,000 ambulance bonus, does that go, who gets that? I mean, does it go to this committee or the?
It comes to the county, it's like that SB 22 money we get for law enforcement, it'll come to the county and be administered by the county. But the task force is going to be deeply involved in figuring out that. Just give you an example. An ambulance like Terlingua has a truck front 450, Ford truck front with a huge box in the back. Having practiced on that, it's pretty nice when you're going 160 miles to have enough room to work in. Those boxes today are about $450,000. That's one ambulance. And it takes about, this one I don't understand, about 2 years to get one around. That just doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, those are very expensive. A lot of services are moving towards a van type ambulance, using Ford Transit, or one of the big stand-up vans that you can do, a little smaller. You can buy those for about $150,000 to $200,000 a copy. So you can get, for $500,000, we can get a couple of ambulances.
And that's what Emergent's using now.
Emergent is using a van. Now, Terlingua could never get by with that because of the dirt roads they have to navigate. We probably have a little more chance of doing that up here. That's the economics of it. But yeah, that money will come. In fact, it comes in right at the first of the year.
Was this 500,000 a one-time grant for,
Right now.
we have to wait 2 years for legislation to meet again?
Yeah, right now it's a one-time, here's your 500,000 that next day.
So the money's coming in.
It's basically, they hand you a check.
Excellent. Okay, good.
We're still waiting on the final
Yeah,
rules. Originally, they were just gonna finance ambulances, and then the lobby kind of went back and said, wait.
Yeah, get out.
You know, the cot today, just the cot that you put the patient on, because of the fancy ways they come out now to save people's backs.
Yep.
$25,000, $30,000 just for the cot. An EKG monitor, $45,000. But you want one of those on when you're having the chest pain.
Yeah.
All right, any other questions?
Judge, really quick, so
Yeah.
they're getting away from the ground game, right? Is that's what we're talking about?
Yes, sir.
Are they willing to sell us the vans that are already here instead of having to buy, might be a little bit cheaper?
Well, given that we're gonna get state money to buy them.
You have to go new.
We would go, I'm not sure why we wouldn't go new. Having said that, they have offered to sell us some of their fleet if we wanted it, and that may be something we look at. It may be something we can put in there. We also probably need, we're gonna need a backup for football games, sports activities, that sort of thing. So it's possible, but if we can, we certainly can get, I think, get 2 good brand new ambulances for the 500,000, and have a little bit of money left over, maybe pick up the third.
So Emergent Air is getting out of ground, but they will provide air?
they will continue to provide that. They basically, the founder of that entity passed away. His vision was ground. Since he's passed away, the current owners were not as enamored with the ground side of things, and that's just a business decision, and I get it.
The money's in there.
The money's in the air. So
That begs the question, how did they get from Big Bend Regional to our airport?
that's an interesting story. They go by ambulance, 600 feet across the road.
Right.
And and by the way, that's a billable event.
Yeah.
And Medicare pays.
Yeah.
And so does the insurance companies to do that. Very odd. All right, if there's no further business.
Anything else? Councilman?
This Commissioner's Court will recess for 10 minutes.
Okay, and we are adjourned.
He'll still slow
No.
down, but.
Come back into open session for the Commissioners Court. Let's do item, thank you guys for your patience on getting recessed and back in business. Let's do number 4, review, discuss, and take action to approve the previous meeting minutes. Well, wait a minute, I'm on
Number 5.
the wrong agenda here. Hang on.
Yeah, that's November.
Yeah, I got November's agenda. Hang on. Oh, I didn't think we had 2.
No, we shouldn't have to.
Okay, no, well, number 5, review, discuss, and take necessary action to approve the meeting minutes from November 25th.
I'm finding in order to move to approve.
Second.
Okay.
Okay, motion and a second to approve the minutes of 25th. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, number 6, public comment. We have 1 public comment this morning, Mr. Cobos.
Good morning, Commissioners, Judge, and everybody here today. In reference to the contract on the agenda, in reference to changing tax collections, moving forward with Purdue, totally against being in this community in the area for years. I was raised here. I have since seen more of a sense of community contributions from the other contractors. This is no time to change horses. We're not here to create a monopoly by Purdue. They're over Presidio County, the school board, and a lot of other places. I've heard a lot of good things and seen a lot of good things. I've attended the county judges and county commissioners conferences in several areas, and I really have felt and seen more of a community minded from the other firm, the Lineberger. And I'll be honest with you, there was an experience that I read about. And they should be familiar with from Purdue, a family that was impacted by very negatively, the Rios Martinez family, Fierro family, for their moves, their decisions to make things fast and furious in collection of property, but a lot of mental anguish and duress in the family, in their decisions. So we're not here for the numbers. We're here for community minded. That's why today I'm going to ask that you would just remain with Lineberger and not move forward with Purdue. We're not here to create big business and a big monopoly. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Cobos. All right, there's no other public comments. Number 7, recognitions and announcements. Anything from the court this morning?
Our guest, I went good marathon.
Oh, okay.
Which one? Well attended.
Was that a fundraiser?
No, it was
Just the Christmas festival?
yes, sir.
Okay.
So fundraiser. It's a
Fundraiser. All right, this morning I'd like to make a recognition to a young lady by the name of Shelby Green. Shelby is a graduate of Sul State University. She earned a degree in Bachelor of Science in Natural Resource Management. She serves as the chaplain of the United States Chaplain Corps and is the chaplain for the Alpine Volunteer Fire Department. She is a Texas certified heavy and common vehicle rescue technician and firefighter 2. And she works currently as an intern at Texas Parks and Wildlife. Shelby has been named the firefighter of the year by the Alpine Fire Department. And we wanted to recognize you today for your hard work and thank you for your service. Give her a round of applause. Any words of wisdom to future firefighters?
Take the opportunities and learn as much as you can. It's a good experience getting to help your community and give back to the community, and the friendships you get to build in it are valuable.
Well, we thank you for your service, and it's very important to the community. And congratulations. I don't know what it was James do, get you off duty for, where is James? Oh. All right, number 8, real quick, City of Alpine, Mr. Stevens.
First, thanks for that joint session. Good dialogue, and we got lots to talk about. Looking forward to that. As Sarah was talking about, we all just shudder at the potential for the numbers, but we'll see what happens when that comes out. But it's the right thing to go do, so thank you. Just 5 things to talk about. We were able to select a city manager. We made that selection at the city council meeting last Tuesday. Henry Elizondo. A little bit back about Henry. We interviewed him last Tuesday. Saul Ross graduate, a master's degree from Saul Ross. He has family in Terlingua, and he's been in city administration for about 10 years. Currently the city administrator for Dilley. One of the things that spoke to me was he was in the finance department in Del Rio, which has a $70,000 or $70 million a year budget. I'm sorry, fiscal conservative. So looking forward to getting him on board. Really good dialogue. He's talked with all of our directors from our departments. So it was pretty well a unanimous decision to bring him on board. Expect he will start after the first of the year, and we're looking forward to getting Henry here. Second thing I want to talk about is we have a draft ordinance we talked about the last city council meeting about allowing use of golf carts in the city of Alpine. They will not be allowed to be used at night, but golf carts or the Polaris vehicles only on city roads, not on the major thoroughfares. So not on 118, not on 6790, not on Loop Road. But Rich Bertier brought that forward, and there's pretty well agreement to move forward with that.
Can you cross those?
They'd be able to cross. Yeah, you can cross, go get gas, things like that, across the main roads, but not running up and down them. So third thing, we had a good discussion. The Big Bend Little League, and Judge, you'll appreciate this, came talk to us about wanting to donate a batting cage to the Little League field. I think it's terrific in terms of the Big Bend Little League is off working on. In my mind, it begins to start pulling together a lot of the youth sports fields, and it's another step in the right direction, given what we have going on with AISD, with Payne Field. This adds another step. I think the community will continue to come together. So we across council said, yeah, bring it on. That's one of the first step on what they want to do at the Little League field. Third thing we talked about was utility billing. We've had a number of residents concerned about our utility billing software has not gone as smoothly as we would have liked. So we did not do any water meter reading for the November bill. All that comes up in the December bill, and bills will be coming out shortly. But it's the first time we end up finally getting gas and water combined. So if you hear any rumblings about that, we're on it. We think we got it worked, and look forward to that December bill, or not look forward, depending upon what your bill might be. The last item is we're working on the Country Club of State Roads. Appreciate all support and relationship with you all. We have 500 tons of material out there. The zipper did not work out as well as we would like out there because the rocks are too doggone big below the surface. So we bladed it, cleaning it off, and we'll put new material down. Any questions for me?
Is it just a chip seal type of road now?
It'll be a chip seal. Yeah, we'll chip seal it. Yeah.
Regarding the mules or golf carts, is it up to the operator to determine when the city road ends and it just goes right into a county road?
That's a great question. I don't know what the rules are for the county road. It's the textile roads we have to stay off of. So
They're not allowed at county road.
they're not allowed in the county.
Right. So as you're driving around the city, you can suddenly just drive into the county and.
Okay.
Yeah. So are there going to be like city limit signs there?
So I'll talk to our new chief about that and see what his thought process is. We had a good discussion with both Daryl and Kirk at the city council meeting. So I'll raise that. That did not come up. The big discussion was about nighttime driving,
Right.
and the state prohibits using them at night.
And do the vehicles have to have turn signals and headlights and
Yeah,
all
so they
that?
actually have to go get an inspection. They have to get a sticker. They have to be approved, and there's a fee for all of that. So
Yeah.
there'll be clear designations. Ultimately, I think the chief would like to see about what the best way to get them identified, but he's already got a plan to have them very well designated. So they'll be able to know if they've been inspected or not.
Well, new ones, our street, worthy.
Some of them are street worthy, and then they have to get a license plate, but this would be separate for those who are not been licensed or registered. They also have to have insurance to go along with them. So. Yep.
These are side by sides, not ATVs, right?
That's correct. Yeah, side by sides. Yeah, not the
Steering wheel.
it was steering wheel.
Not
Yeah.
handlebar.
Yeah, although they did have, there is the little mini scooters are in there as well. So I think we're going to go through some growing pains in this process. So we'll see how it settles out. Because once you open the door, stand by.
Right.
Yeah.
But during this time, the UPS uses golf carts and little trailers for the seasonal
Yep.
overload. So
Yep.
they're fall under the same jurisdictions?
I suspect it was.
They fall under the utility deal.
Okay.
Yes, utilities, can do it.
Yeah, and, because we have one that we use for the city as well for water meter reading.
Right.
All right, any other questions? Thank you, Mr. Davis.
Thanks, sir.
Appreciate you. All right, number 9, county judge reports. It's got a couple of items here. One is review and discuss, take action to approve the restated interlocal agreement between the Boardplex Workforce Development. This is just nothing more than a boilerplate agreement between the county, the elected officials, which is the county judges, and the workforce development, just its understanding of working together to develop workforce.
Which counties are they?
All 5 of us plus El Paso.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd entertain a motion to approve.
So much.
Okay, motion and a second. Any discussion? It's on here if you guys care to read the details of it. Doesn't obligate us to anything. Have to work together. All right, no further discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 9B is in Bravo. Review, discuss, and take action to approve a resolution from Brewster County to support the elimination of hotel occupancy taxes. There's a move afoot among some of the TAC members. This is being spearheaded by a judge outside this area, but the law has not been real clear about when county employees are traveling about paying hotel taxes. This resolution, if we approve this resolution, we're throwing our support to eliminate that in the next legislative session. That county employees on travel and official business would not pay hot taxes.
State hot taxes, they would still pay local hot
That's correct.
taxes.
Well, it's just a resolution asking for our support.
And this is a statewide agreement of the.
It's been sent out to all the state judges, to all the county judges, to see if there's an interest and have that ready for the legislative session in 27.
So I was gonna say, it's all things legislative. We'll wait 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, we'll wait till January of 27, but they're getting on it early. So it's fine.
Okay.
I'll move to approve the resolution as presented.
I'll second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, number 10, Marathon Water Supply. Guys got a presentation this morning for us? Tim?
Thank you all for having me here today. I guess I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Timothy Roberts, manager for Marathon Water Supply and Sewer Service. I'll start off kind of where we left off last time with the grant that y'all awarded us back in 24. We've still got about 27,000 left in that grant that we have earmarked for the SCADA system that we're looking at installing. Kind of about the same as where we were last time. We had 29,000 left in there when I came and talked to y'all back in September. So we've done a little bit of repairs to our chlorinator and stuff like that. That's where that money went. Also going along with that for the SCADA, we're going to need some electrical upgrades before we can get it installed. So we're waiting on getting a grant to fund those upgrades. We've part of that grant money we put aside to install some flush valves and for fire suppression and for flushing our lines in some parts of town that we don't have that available right now. We purchased 5 flush valves. We've recently installed 2 of those. So we're finally making a move on that. It's taking a little bit of time, but like I said, we're getting somewhere on that. We're also been replacing meters. We're up to about 65 changed out with that grant money. So that was this year. We're also working on another grant to eventually move into the electronic meters. The submission for that is in March to the Texas Water Development Board. We have another grant that we're also working on for line replacements and a new storage tank and the electrical upgrades that we were talking about. So
Give an update on your water.
oh, okay, yes, sir. Yeah. Last time I was here, I told you all that I was waiting for my approval letter for my groundwater license. I got my approval letter, and as of November 7th, I've got my Class C groundwater license. So
Very good.
Good job.
I've got it. Thank you all.
I'll throw in with that.
And your water loss too.
And our water loss, we're at an all-time low. We're at 12% last month. So when I started, we were at 45 to 52% is kind of where we're bouncing back and forth. And
That's great. How many meters do y'all have in there?
we have 430 roughly and 390 that are active. So,
And have y'all gone to the drive-by meter radio?
That's what he's talking about.
That's what you did?
that's what we're applying for the grant for with Texas Water Development Board. Their submissions start in March, so we have our engineer working on that, getting all that ready. So,
Fantastic.
and then, like I said, we're also applied for a beef grant, which is a infrastructure upgrade, and we'll be replacing a lot of older lines. And like I said, the storage tank, we're looking at trying to get that roped into it, and then the electrical upgrades that we need to be able to run both wells at the same time.
What's your number one challenge right now?
Number one challenge.
Thing that keeps you awake at night?
And it keeps me awake. Well, I would have said the chlorinator recently, but we just got that fixed. So kind of our new challenge right now, number one that keeps me up is a Big Ben telephone right now.
What's to do with it?
Well, they're just boring and setting poles and all that kind of stuff in town right now. So it's kind of been a little bit of a nightmare on our side. A lot of that stuff was put in the 70s and 80s where they're working, and so our mapping isn't very good. The roads weren't paved. There wasn't a fence built there. And so there's not a whole lot to go off of. We know there's a line going down this road, but
Somewhere.
we have an idea that it's on this side, but we don't know if it's right next to the pavement or if it's 20 feet away from the road. And we actually went in and we potholed and found it in a few places. Well, there's a 6-inch line. Nobody wrote down in any of the maps that they found a rock, so they went around the rock.
I've asked this to Terlingua, and I never can remember the answer. Is there a machine or a device that will detect water lines?
There is, and not if they're in a PVC or plastic water line. Yeah, no, there's nothing that they have now that'll detect them, because I've even asked like the people at 811 with the locates and stuff like that. Is there some kind of machine that we can get that'll help us locate these? And
So fork stick or?
The divining
We try
rods,
that.
they don't.
I'm sorry?
The divining rods,
we try that. I mean, sometimes we think we have really good luck with it, and we
We have that colonial grant coming up for it's $150,000. No, it's
It's
$500,000, I think. So.
That, we'd like to get, at some point, get a tank and be able to sit on the south side of the track so that we can work hopefully with some valves and not turn the whole town off when something happens.
yeah.
You'll put out a monthly report that shows like amount of water pumped, amount of water delivered.
Yes, sir.
Leaks report.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Your testing levels of your different.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we have all of that.
Can I get on that mailing list?
Yeah, we can get that sent over
Love
to
to
you.
see the stats.
Okay, yes, sir. Yeah, I don't have any of that with me, but we'll definitely get it sent over to you.
All right.
And
Fantastic.
yes, sir.
Fantastic
Yeah,
work.
thank you all very much. Do you have any other questions for me?
Anybody questions?
Sounds like you're doing a great job.
All right, well, thank you all very much.
Congratulations on your C license.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, number 11, review, discuss, and take possible action to engage the firm of Purdue, Brandon, Fielder, Collins as Brewster County's law firm of record for delinquent tax collections. This is on the agenda really it's been discussed for some time. It's on the agenda for the primary reason is not because Linebarger is particularly unhappy with Linebarger. It's that one of the things that we've seen is that when a taxpayer is delinquent, they get a tax bill from 5 of the 7 agencies that tax. And then they get a second bill from the 2 that are collected by a different firm, which is us. And so the taxpayer pays, they think they've got it paid, and in reality, they still owe more money. So to me, it seems to make a lot more sense for the efficiency to have all this under one umbrella, and then we'll hold one firm accountable for all of it, which I certainly plan on doing. Clearly, tax collections is something we've talked about a number of times. I'd like to see those increase. I'll repeat, I don't think there's a huge pot of gold there, but I think there is some opportunity there. So this is on the agenda for that reason.
On my behalf, I would like, on that presentation that we had, the Purdue who wasn't up to par on the problems that we had. So why are we changing? Why aren't other entities changing to us instead of us changing to somebody that's subpar? My take.
Fair question. If we make this move during the school, also.
Yeah. Well, I do worry about starting over again with another new firm. Would that set us back again? Are we going, the hurrier you go, the behinder you get, right? So if we're in a rush and we're not happy with the speed of the tax sales is what you've indicated, are we just starting back at square one if we change law firms again?
Fair question. We'll really answer that.
When was the last time we had a tax sale? When?
March of this year, it was Purdue.
But it wasn't our tax sale. I mean, we had one, but
Yes, there was a tax sale, yes. Brewster County would have been. It was right when I came into office. So that was like 21? Yeah, 4 years ago. I'm sorry, my memory is.
well, I guess the complaint that I hear the most of is sort of the confusion on the billings. Where the taxpayers get a bill from Linebarger or they get one from Purdue, and then they either don't get it or they get it after the fact, or they get it but they don't understand it. And so to me, it makes no sense from a customer service standpoint to have that split. We ought to just have, here, you owe this much in taxes, takes care of everything, send your money in, or we're gonna take action against it. That's.
I've been here 21 years and there's always been the 2 or 3 of them. I mean, as far as people complaining, you know, I ain't heard it for 21 years.
They complained in my office.
I hear it at the CAD.
And I told them to either come talk to the judge or their own commissioner. Why they don't proceed with that, I don't know. Because they come over there angry, which is understandable. You know, they have these 2 court costs and they've already paid one, and now I'm telling them you owe something else. But why they don't speak up, I don't know. And no, it's not like this huge amount of number either, but it does happen.
It happens at the CAD too. I know that's the wrong place for them to go, but they end up there.
Well, most people don't really understand the whole process. They really don't even get that there's a civil suit against them. So it's just really a total confusion. You know, they go between all those 3 offices, mine, the CAD, and the tax office. But it's.
Well, there's some of the fault in those offices that the people are not explaining to the citizens what's really happening, and they don't have a clear view of what's happening. I mean.
No, I mean, when they come to my office,
Yeah.
we definitely explain it to them, but we can't explain it to them before.
Yeah.
It happens when they get served with the papers. You know, and then it's like, well, what's this? I just paid XYZ, and it's like, no, because I have to go through the whole, explain everything.
You know, Ruben, I would love to send it all to Linebarger, frankly, because we wouldn't have to make a change. But it would right now to go get 5 other entities to change the other way. And so the lift is probably not worth the time. The other issue I've got is that at the last meeting where we did the special presentation, we decided we were going to form a committee to start looking at this on a quarterly basis. Now, if we leave it the way it is, that committee will have 2 law firms in there, Linebarger and Purdue, because both of them have to be represented. So we'll have, because we're going to have the school district, us, the hospital district, you know, some of the big players, the city, And so now, it just seems cumbersome to me to have to negotiate. I realize that each firm takes care of the other firm. So if Linebarger is suing, Purdue gets the benefit of it, and Purdue is suing, Linebarger gets the benefit. I understand all that. But it seems to be, from a collection standpoint, more efficient to me to pick one or the other.
How did it become fragmented to begin with?
That I don't know. Ruben, can you shed some light on that?
When I started, we were with McCrary Velisco. And now, the judge, was partial to Mr. Allen. And could call him and talk to him whenever he needed.
This is Judge Beer.
Yes.
And then during Judge Cano's tenure, it got changed.
We went.
Was everybody with McCreary at the time? Back then?
No.
Schools at Purdue.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
In 21 years, it's always been
Split.
It's been split.
We've never had all the same
Yeah.
law firm.
Well,
And then when Judge Killingsworth got in, we got Linebarger. And when Judge Cano got in, the first change, other than moving our payback, the next change was moving Purdue. Everything that we did with Judge Killingsworth, Cano changed.
so were we with Purdue for a little bit?
Yes.
Okay.
Do we look at this like our audit company and periodically,
We should.
get fresh eyes on it?
The last time we selected a delinquent tax firm, we solicited presentations and we had everybody who was interested come up and tell us why we should pick them. And to me, that seems like the most transparent way to select a firm. But the fact that we've had so many, every judge gets a new delinquent tax firm, I wonder how much that's contributed to the delays.
Well, if we were, that's not a bad idea to bring all three of them up and have them make a presentation, but McCreary approached me months and years ago. But that makes no sense to me. If why would we leave Linebarger to go to McCreary? My purpose is to consolidate. So that to me makes the most sense from a taxpayer efficiency standpoint. If we were gonna go to McCreary, that would be, why would we leave Linebarger to do that? Because we'd be right back where we were. So it
seems like we've tried all of them.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever tried all of them at one place.
Okay.
It sounds like. So, y'all know where I stand on it. I'd like to make the move and give it a shot. I like you, Sarah, I don't want to do this every year, and we create probably more havoc by moving it around all the time. But I guess my feeling is I'd like to find one firm, and it would be delighted to have Linebarger if the other five wanted to move. And hold that one firm. I mean, I asked Purdue, I said, dude, why do you want this business? Because I'm fixing to grind you. and that's the God honest truth. So.
What was their response?
Well, I mean, they all want the business. I'm stunned that our business is in any way lucrative, given the delinquencies that we have and the lack of collections. I mean, to me, the lack of collections means nobody's getting paid. We're not getting paid, and the law firms aren't getting paid. So for the life of me, I don't know why anybody wants it, but they do.
Well, in the last bunch of suits this is my last statement. On the last bunch of suits that came up, the fault and wasn't produced. It wasn't Linebarger that made mistakes. So why are we going backwards instead of forward?
Yeah, I mean,
that's my last.
Yeah, no, I hear you. And I've heard both sides of it. I've heard both sides of the coin. There's obviously two sides to every story, and sadly, the business must be so competitive that, each firm resorts to telling me what the other one didn't do right. I get that a lot. And so, hell, I don't know what to think. But, we're all, we're all big, this isn't personal and by any means, it's just, to me, good business. So I guess the best thing to do is put this up for a vote. I would make a motion that we move, the business to Purdue. I'll second.
We'll see what happens.
All right, motion in a second to move the tax collection business to Purdue. So well, I guess the best thing to do is go right down the line. Mr. Morrow,
Yay.
Mr. Ortega,
No.
Galindo,
No.
Yes.
yes, and I'll vote yes. Okay, so motion carries 3-2. Okay, thank you all. All right, number 12A, elections, review, discuss, and approve the resolution for the joint primary election to be held on March 3rd and runoff election on May 26th. What you got, Cynthia?
You're taking over? Mary Bell's in charge with you.
Team effort.
All right, y'all, it's election time again. We just finished one and we are moving into primary season now. What you have before you, we are requesting to approve the resolution for the joint primary election, March 3rd, 2026, and then the joint primary runoff election, May 26th of 2026, if necessary. Which, looking at it this morning, it looks necessary already.
Okay.
And that is just the resolution for the joint primary. So we'll be doing that primary, the Republican and Democratic Party together on that.
I move to approve the resolution as presented.
Okay. All right, motion and second to approve the joint resolution. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, item B is in Bravo.
Okay, and the second is there is a contract, and that is between the Brewster County Democratic Party, the Brewster County Republican Party, and the Brewster County Election Administrator, me, for conduct and supervision of the March 23rd, 26th primary election and the May 26th, 26th joint runoff election. And that is our standard contract of, you see before you, that outline everything that the Democrat and Republican parties are responsible for, including budget items, and then items that I am responsible for as the county election administrator. So are there any questions about that?
This is an odd question, Cynthia, but what can an election administrator serve more than one county? Can an election administrator do 2 counties if they had the staff? Is that legal?
Why would they?
Little money.
They can,
Big bucks.
they can by contract with another entity serve. I don't know the details of it, but
I mean, did we do it with auditors? I didn't know if we could do it with election administrators.
it is possible for the EA to have contracts with, they already do for some of the entities that within the county, like school districts and stuff like that. But they could actually contract with another county, but you say that.
So why on earth?
Well, I was thinking about building a revenue generating empire. You just be like 6 counties. We'll just charge.
Well, as soon as I find out that there is any election administrator anywhere in the country that's been able to build a revenue generating empire out of elections, I will be the first one to let you know.
I figured it wouldn't make any money. Okay, I entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second. Motion and a second to approve the contract. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right.
All right, we're good.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, 13 Road and Bridge.
Good morning, all.
Good morning.
We had the crew go over to the fire training center site
Yes,
and cleaned up some of the brush.
thank you. That looks good.
I think James and his crew has already burned it up. There's still some metal out there, but Commissioner Ortega and myself are trying to get together and see what we can come up with, a good solution to get it moved.
Is your jump there going up there?
Yeah, just gotta get with Johnny to, so that he can help him build it.
Will they haul off cars
Yes,
and even like on fire trucks?
yes.
Okay.
There's also some, it looks like it's old water pumps and stuff that belongs to the city. Is that part of the city or is it part of the fire department?
Part of the cleanup.
That's part of the city.
It's a cleanup?
The last I heard, the city put a bid out for anybody that wanted to buy any of that stuff,
Mhm.
and it's been over 30 days. So
Yeah, I think when it comes to scrap metal, that's one thing, but when it comes to like that pumping, I know what he's talking about. Let the city deal with that and, you know, but scrap metal.
Does it work?
Huh?
Work?
I don't think it works, but
Is
it's,
it scrap?
yeah, well, I think it's one of those things, it's enough of a, looks like it's a functioning thing, that let the city deal with it, but all the scrap metal.
Just make sure you single that out when you load it.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, if it looks like if it has some value, I would want to defer to the city, because what I don't want is them to come back and say, well, you hauled off, you know,
$10,000.
this pumping machine that we're gonna rehab, and it's not our stuff. No, but, you know, junk mattresses, springs, metal, all that can go, and his metal guy will take it.
Okay, and then we're still almost, well, I think we're caught up with the Country Club Estates helping out the city. As far as I know, Eddie and I have talked, and I think he's about to cut us loose from that little project so we can go ahead and start doing our things.
I mean, how did that go? Did it go okay? I mean, realize that it was an experiment, but.
Well, the crew got along good.
Yeah.
You know, we all worked together.
Okay, that's good.
So for the most part, it went okay. But the milling machine that they wanted to use, it would have helped out a lot, but they couldn't use it, which is what they call the went blank, the new machine they got.
The zipper.
Zipper. Yeah, I understand. I mean, it would have tore it up pretty bad. So what we did is we ripped it up, started, turned the material around, moved the material around, got most of the big rock out there and resettled everything, rolled it, watered it.
Ruben, while we're working together, would that zipper work at the jail parking lot?
Mhm.
I know we talked about it, and it may be too cold now, but it sure would be nice to get that thing cleaned up. But maybe we could get them to help us since part of it, they'll get the benefit of.
That would work. That would, you get that zipper to zip that payment at city office over at the jail.
Well, we can do that. I mean, I don't
It
know.
would rip it up and lay it right back down and then pay on top of it. It'd lay down fast.
I'd love, since we're working together and the cities, y'all got along, I thought maybe we could just bounce over there and do that jail. That jail parking lot's in terrible shape. And it would be a chance to use that zipper again and use their crews to help us. And I don't know how long that job would take, and I'm not trying to, maybe you got other things to do, I realize, but just throw that out at you.
Okay. Well, I'll talk to Eddie and see what, talk to Ruben and see what our time, what their time is gonna be, or when they need to do it, or when we need to do it.
Okay.
Then we'll get together with the city.
Okay, great.
Also, of course, they're cleaning up, they keep cleaning up the Peña Park.
And we're still having people knocking branches off and picking pecans and everything else, but that's, that's part of it. We did some, vehicle preventative maintenance, changed, oil on a few pickups and did some wash jobs on them. And then, after the, Thanksgiving break, we came back and I sent a, brush hog mower to Covey Road to mow the right of way. There's a company out of Minnesota that's going to come in with some fiber optics off of Pecos County. But I haven't had a phone call returned when they're starting or if it's legit or not legit.
They want to go under Hovey Road?
No, they're going off to the side, going off the right of way.
Oh.
Cause I asked him if they were gonna have to cross the road. Of course, they have to do some locates there too, cause I think if I remember, I've seen a couple of, pedestals, but I don't know if they're for our Big Ben telephone or old phone pedestals. And then I send a truck to Capital Aggregates out of Pecos to get us a load of cold mix, pre-mix. The yard at Marathon, we're starting to clean up on that one on the west side of the fence. So Ruben said something about a vehicle shed, equipment shed coming in, building up.
Yeah. No, but I had the guys that ready on it. Just get a quote, we'll get it processed.
And then a couple of guys went to the Civic Center and poured a extra step coming into the front door. The one that was there was kind of narrow, so they extended it out a little bit. Where the water was undermining the first steps. So we might have to, we'll look at that and see if it's gonna be wide enough. If not, we'll go ahead and extend it out a little more.
You ever get the lighting fixed on that building? On them inside? Remember you were telling me about the lighting? I don't remember if it was inside or outside. Oh, I paid to get it done. Okay. But not through the contract. Okay.
When we had a crew down south on South County Road, Rex Ivy Road. Somebody did some repairs at the end of Rex Ivy when we got there.
Yes,
Which is fine.
they got tired of waiting.
They were in line, but that's okay.
Which end of Rex Ivy?
By Elisa. At the very end.
Okay.
Anyway, it was taken care of, so they went ahead and worked on Taringa Springs. And then I've got a gentleman off of South County that he keeps calling on Light Bolt Lane. The road is not tore up. So I don't know if I need
Yes,
to
this
go
is
out there
my
and
friend.
personally
I've
talk to him
driven
and
it
show him.
multiple times in my Subaru Outback station wagon, and the road is fine.
And like she says, she's been out there and she's okayed it, so we're just kind of going back and forth. But at one time he said he was gonna contact Judge Hennington, because he was a real good friend of Judge Hennington.
Everybody's a good friend.
But that's all I have for this time around.
How'd the haul trucks come out, the one that was
It's,
hurt?
it's got a new motor. The motor came in Tuesday. And they supposedly had it ready last night, and they were testing it today to send back out.
Okay.
By the way, I think I saw a tow truck bill. They picking that up or we picking it up?
No, it's there.
And is that tow truck?
That tow truck bill was when, the 2024 dump truck blew out the hydraulic system on Hovey Road, I mean, not Hovey Road,
Mills
Mills
Road.
Road.
Okay.
For a total of, I think it was $1,120.
Yeah, I noticed it was about $1,200.
Yeah, it's actually a tow from like back in July to.
Okay, that's fine. That dump truck's running though.
Yes,
It's fixed.
yes.
Everything's good there and we're greasing the, okay. All right, anything else?
No, sir.
Johnny Valencia asked if there's who we would do work with. The build road or the building and facilities building gets flooded when it rains. The water coming off the Coca-Cola bottler plant is all just concrete. So there's no absorption that runs across 1703 and pours into all the buildings on the other side. There's a culvert, but it's not deep or wide enough to, who would be the person to talk to try to divert the water so it stays out of our building?
That would be TxDOT.
Jimmy, you built a retaining wall. Have you seen that?
Right, and that'll keep it out of our building, but all the other buildings, like I say, when it rains.
When it rains, it pours.
Yeah, and so, I mean, I don't know, does TxDOT, it's not a problem until it crosses TxDOT. I don't know whose property is on the south side of 1703.
TxDOT didn't allow for they didn't get in cahoots with that company when they came in with the pipeline and they built that yard there. And they turned that water out of their yard and it turned it into the river. And everybody else before that, it kind of soaked up there. We've talked about it for a long time. I mean, 15 years about French drain over there in the front, and letting you go underneath and the rocks so you still go through there.
Well, with that in mind, he asked that the carport that was just built on dirt has now eroded away or washed away because of the water flowing. Who would be able to put more base material in there?
If it's in our building, we'll take care of it, but I mean, all you gotta do is ask me.
Yeah.
Or you need to just tell me so that I can make arrangement for the guy to fix it. And when it falls on deaf ears, you just gotta let me know.
Okay. Well, apparently, I mean, I was over there for
When they call
signage.
you or something, just holler at me and then I can go look at it and get it fixed.
All right.
That's how this thing works here.
Okay, no permits?
No, sir. No.
Right. All right, number 16, emergency management.
Hi, emergency management. It's dry. We did our burns out to get rid of all the brush that was cleared. We decided that, hey, let's do a small prescribed burn and see how well this grass burns. It burns really well. It burns really well. We were able to do about 2 acres in about 6 minutes. It went pretty quick. So that's just more fuel for us to keep the burn ban into effect, especially now along the highways. I know I've seen your guys out there doing good clearing on the sides. It's low. It's not going to, go very high, but it'll still carry on like a fuse. So we'll just keep on moving forward. And then with the burn ban, moving it to a 90-day instead of a 45-day.
Just FYI, the statute allows us to go up to 90 days on the burn ban, and we'll leave it alone for right now, but when we come back in, we might consider just doing it that, because we can always rescind it.
Yes.
If we get a lot of rain, we can always change it, so.
Yeah.
It'll save us some time doing it every 45 days, not every 90 days.
Yes.
Yeah, the next torrential
Next
downpour
time
that
it
comes
comes
in the next 2 weeks.
I'm noticing that there's not a fireworks order on the agenda. So are we allowing fireworks for?
I will bring one to the forefront. It'll be the same as every other year. No sticks or fins. Regular fireworks, but no sticks or fins.
Well, I believe the deadline falls before our next regular meeting.
Okay.
Oh, does it?
When I checked last 2 weeks ago I checked. So I don't know the deadline off the top of my head. Might have it open still, if my tabs are still open from last time. But yeah, you might have to have a special meeting just for
We could do that.
that. If you wanted to do a fireworks. Yes, December 14th is the deadline. So Monday.
Would not just take care of it today?
It's not on the agenda.
Can the county judge sign it? Let me research it.
Okay.
Not,
Be
we
under
call
the
it,
burn ban.
huh?
Maybe it might fall under the burn ban. We got a brand new fireworks built right there.
I saw that, yeah,
In the city.
By the Rossi brothers.
outside the city limit, or
It's in the county.
I've seen that poster, but I didn't know where it was at.
That's,
What's
Yeah.
going in on the east side?
right on that.
The other side past the church, yeah.
I haven't looked.
Another metal
I've
building,
seen that. I don't
another
know.
metal building right on the side of the road.
On the south side?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we stopped in there, Sheriff and I did, and it's, it's a business.
They're like a mechanic shop or something.
Yeah, I think it's a bit, tow truck operation or something. We stopped and talked to the guys, Sheriff and I did a couple of weeks ago. And they told us, I don't remember what it was, it's some business. I think you're right, it's a shop or.
And it looks, yeah, with a bay where you drive through.
Have to go look at it.
I didn't think that Union Pacific would allow a fireworks stand right in their back door. I don't understand that.
Sparks coming off the railroad.
Yeah.
So all that land that was cleared right past the bridge, that's where the fireworks stand is?
Yep.
I didn't know anything about them building it until it was like, the next thing I knew, I saw a sign up front that said fireworks. I was like, what is going on right now?
All right, we'll research it. If we have to have a special meeting, Mo and Jim and I could do it, save you a trip. She's down, come up here for that.
I always need groceries anyway.
All right, what else you got?
Second agenda item.
Memorandum of
Memorandum of
understanding.
understanding between Brewster County and TDM, what's that about?
So TDM has asked me to be part of a task force for emergencies in the state of Texas and abroad if need be. They're looking for people to go to the task force for instances like, you know, Katrina, Kerrville, for incident command in that area. And they want people that have experience, people that are a little bit competent to go in there and take over in ICS operations. So they're putting a task force together so they can deploy them same day and put them out there. And most of the deployments are between 7 to 14 days. And so I'd be out of the county for 7 to 14 days at a time. And then.
Just you by yourself or?
No, I'll be with a team. I'll be with a team of other people. All these people are hand selected through TDM and Chief Nimkit.
You trust them?
Yes. Yes.
Now, it does give us some leeway, but if we're in the middle of something here, we don't have those resources, we can opt out of that, right? They ask and we can say yes or no.
Correct. Okay. I believe if you like say no like 2 or 3 times in a row, then you automatically get taken off their roster. But
So, I mean, it's not my intent to not cooperate, but I could see, what I don't want is get caught where, hey, we gotta have James and 5 people and then we got our own problem, whatever. So I'm okay with it in theory, so we know.
We just still control it, not the control that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's the way the agreement's written.
Yeah.
All right, I entertain a motion to accept the memorandum. Or not.
or not. I'll second.
I didn't make the motion. Who made the motion?
You want to make it?
You wanna make it?
I move that we accept the memorandum. I thought you just said.
I'll second it.
Motion and second discussion. Everybody good with that? That we'll talk about it before we send people out of the county. All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
all right, that's all I have.
Chief, there was a question about a extra tank at the Veterans Edition.
Yes.
Is there any, I don't know if they've approached Mo already because it's in his precinct.
Indirectly.
Yeah, yeah. And they're as willing to offer the land to place it.
Correct. I'm talking to an individual and I plan on going out there and looking at the area
Mhm.
and looking for the most centralized, easiest to get to area.
Yeah,
I want to see where he wants to put it,
okay.
and then we can look forward to using funds to get a large tank for the Veterans Edition.
Okay, cool.
It shouldn't be that big of
Do they not have tanks?
a, not in Veterans
They
Edition.
don't have any.
No, Upper Double Diamond, yes.
Yeah.
Past into Veterans Edition, no.
Okay.
Even, I think just one big tank out there, because it's big, small, it's a smaller area than Upper Double Diamond.
Right.
So I think one big tank, probably about 5,000-gallon tank, would be justified, because we can fill up two trucks easily if we had to.
Let you get a quote on that and you've got an emergency preparedness budget. Why don't you get a quote? Because don't we put those on concrete slab?
Yeah, they need to be.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we'll have to get his crew and so forth and so on.
Yeah, I'll talk to the individual, because they're talking about giving land and buying the tank too. But we'll see about, maybe coming halves with them and doing something. We'll work something out.
All right, okay, cool.
Yeah, bring us a proposal.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, finance reports. We'll start with the treasurer's office. Y'all's binder in front of you. It's just FYI, we've changed it up a little bit. You've got your table of contents. And I've divided it into the treasurer reports and the comptroller reports by tab number. So Julie will take care of 1 through 6 and Melinda will take care of 7 and 8. So Julie, go.
Good morning. So today I'm reporting on, October. And October is the first month in our fiscal year of 2026. Not a lot happens in October, except for we're, paying more than we're taking in. The bulk of our, property tax money, doesn't start rolling in until December and January. So, luckily we have enough money in the bank to keep us afloat until, the bulk of our money comes in for the budget. The total cash on hand we had at the end of October, was $17,327,407. The total interest earned for the month was $30,747.17, with an average interest rate between our local checking and all our pools of 4%. Total money receipted in for October was $814,159. Total checks and bills paid was $1,183,578. In my October report, I did something a little different. I tried to shorten it a bit, and it's not as bulky as it usually is. Usually I report on all funds and include everything in my monthly report. For October, I only focused on general fund, road and bridge, hotel motel, and the LATCF fund. And I will do the shortened condensed version. And then Judge recommended that I report the full version like quarterly. So just, so this is like the shortened version. And if y'all wish for me to report on more of the funds that I just mentioned, you just let me know. And if you think I need to add more than what I did, I can tweak it and do that for next time for my November report.
On receipt listings,
Mhm.
I see we got our money from Culberson County and Jeff Davis County for the 394th. Have we received it from the other counties?
Yes, we have.
We have.
Yes.
So everybody's current on those.
Jeff Davis and Culberson paid the whole year. Presidio and Hudspeth will be paying quarterly. But we have received their first quarter plus Jeff Davis and Culberson's full year.
Okay. And then the other question I had is the fund balance for LATCF. If I'm reading this, is our fund balance for 938, 990, 71?
That sounds about right.
Looks like we started with,
Where's that?
it's on, I'm sorry, it's it's on tab 3.
Oh, okay.
And it's under the treasurer's report, and it's the second page, 2 of 2. And it's, if I'm reading this right, it's got 938. We started with 737, 640. How do we go up? Let's see.
Hold on, sir. I didn't print out the whole thing. I apologize.
That's all, what I'm really interested in is what do we got left in LATCF? As we burn through it like a house on fire.
900 sounds about right. I don't have a report.
I mean, is this fund balance report correct?
I think it's mostly correct for maybe some minor adjustments, but I think it's mostly correct.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna work off 938, 990 right now.
Okay,
We'll talk about it tomorrow in the finance meeting.
okay.
I just want to know because we've got some projects out there that we're bubbling around that we may need the LATCF money for.
I'll bring more
Ruben's got
information in our
Sure.
finance meeting tomorrow.
Okay. And then I take it we've gotten no further with Trans-Pecos Bank on our investment reports. We haven't seen a thing.
I haven't seen an investment report, no, sir.
Well, I met with the president and he's leaving and there's a new one coming in. So I met with both of them in San Antonio right before Thanksgiving. And, you know, they promised me, and I told them, I said, we can't operate this way. We cannot operate without knowing that we're not only, most importantly, secured on our deposits, and number 2, what our interest rate is. And they assured me they were going to get that, and I've got crickets since. So we're going to have to think about this after the first.
Online, they are updating the interest rates online, so I feel comfortable that they're reporting the accurate number now. But as far as sending us like a real monthly report, no.
Well, for me, it's the collateralization, right?
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to tell you, I would like, and we can talk this tomorrow in finance meeting, but I want to move a huge chunk of money into the pools, a huge chunk of money into the pools, because I know I'm secure there. And that may send a signal to Trans-Pecos when $2 million goes flying out of their bank. Maybe we can get their attention that way.
Get a phone call.
I'm sorry, but that's the way it works.
What time is the finance meeting?
2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon.
Okay.
2 o'clock.
We have that deal at 10.
Yeah, no, 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. All commissioners are welcome, although I guess we'd have to have a meeting if we get too many of them.
Well, let's not do it.
One of you is welcome. Or I can call a meeting, we'll all be
We'll be at 10.
All right, I'd entertain a motion to accept Julie's reports.
So moved.
Presented.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. Melinda's reports, numbers tab 7 and 8. Melinda. Who made the motion?
Ortega
Ortega
and Morrow
and
second.
Morrow seconded. Sorry. All right, Melinda. Oh, I'm sorry. We got a couple of things on treasure.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Item B and C we're tabling, right, Melinda? This was that.
Are you on mine
Oh,
or on Julie's?
I'm sorry. I'm having a stroke. Okay. So let's, B, we're gonna skip. C, this is just a review, guys, of the departmental payroll for all of those departments. I told you I was gonna bring these in for review. It's on your iPad. This is just for y'all to be aware of the payroll in all of these departments. And our next review will be the jail and the sheriff's office, which will be the 2 big ones. So this is just y'all's, for information only, on what the payroll is for those departments.
And which A, B, and C is it?
Say again?
Which treasurer?
Under treasure.
It's under treasure,
Well,
item C.
Gotcha.
All
So I have a question. I don't know where exactly it falls. I'm having problems with POs for, I need to get Johnny a credit card or something that, or he's not waiting and I'm not having a machine sitting down because
I was unaware that there was a problem. What is the specific problem?
we just need him to be able to buy stuff when he needs to without, especially if I've got a machine down there.
Pati normally gives him, he's got an outstanding, like a quarterly PO amount that he can purchase against. So he should be able to simply and this is just an example number, but let's say that he gets a $900 PO at Morrison's for the first 3 months of the year, for October, November, December. He can go to Morrison's, buy what he needs without having to get an additional PO and bill against that outstanding $900. When he gets down where he's using it up, then we can issue an additional amount of a PO. But it's set up that way at Morrison's, McCoy's, and the other places that he would need to buy things, so that he shouldn't, if he needs a handful of screws, he should not need to come in and get a PO.
You need to, Johnny, get with her and learn that system, because that is set up for you.
Which Johnny? I feel like she's talking about Johnny Valencia.
I'm talking about Johnny Valencia. We're talking about Johnny
Salcido.
I mean, we can set it up the same way for you.
He needs it at Napa. He needs it at the tire store.
Yes, I apologize. I had my Johnnies mixed up. But yeah, we should be able to set up something similar for you to do.
We need to order the court to do that.
I don't know why. I mean, it's just an internal purchasing procedure.
Then let's you and me get that done.
I was gonna say, let's sit down sometime.
We'll get you some,
This
we'll get
afternoon,
you so you
and
can,
get it set up.
you should be able to walk in and buy a battery at Napa and not have to get a PO for it. Or whatever.
At Napa, we do have a 30-day account.
Yeah, you have an account there, but we need to set up a blank purchase order for you. So we'll give you $1,000. And when you get to $1,000, then we'll reload that.
Okay.
That makes
And
sense?
I thought we did have some of that set up for you. I'll double check it when I get back to the office.
You
need to go over there and get prepared with her.
Yeah, because that
So
should
that
be.
you know what you need to buy and when you can buy it and not have to go through the waiting list, okay?
Tell us all the places that you commonly buy from. And we'll set those up for you, with purchase orders, so you don't have to go through the hassle. Now, if you're buying a $65,000 truck, that's a different story, right?
Oh, I understand. But a tire.
The tire, you need to be able to go get the tire, put it on the truck and move on. Now, so we do not want to stop that. Period, end of subject. So
Well, if you've got a flat tire on a truck, I would consider that to be an emergency purchase, and you get it taken care of and then let us know it was an
But if we have a
emergency.
PO at Bill Williams Tire, we're gonna be good on that.
But if we've got an open PO, we're okay. So let's sit down and look at that, because I had no idea that was a problem. If there's an issue like that, let me know and we'll get it fixed.
I've made arrangements with Bill Williams. If I have a flat, we run it down there, or he'll go fix it, and then he'll send me a bill. Then I get a PO, then I take the PO back and he'll send the bill back to Pop.
Well, they just.
That seems like a lot of back and forth.
They just need to open the deal up.
We're gonna give you basically what amounts to a little internal line of credit. You go to Bill Williams, you fix the tire, it's $200, you get the receipt, you submit it to Melinda, say, I got a tire, $200, she'll credit it against your $1,000 line of credit, now you got $800.
Actually, it needs to go to Pati.
Or Pati, whatever, yeah. Okay, we'll fix that, no problem.
We buy tires for $200.
Well.
Yeah.
Wondering the same thing.
Well, I mean, I just need to be able to where he can move and get stuff.
I agree.
And I'm not, cause his butt's about eat up for me.
Oh, I get it. Same with the other Johnny. Okay, what else you got?
Okay, are we ready?
Yeah, we're on call.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. Where are we? Okay, let's go ahead and start with payment of expenses. I don't know, Judge, the items that you pulled this morning, did you pull from their packets or? those pending?
Everything you gave me, the
Okay.
only thing I took out was those
Those
recurring
two.
payments.
Okay.
Yep.
So then the only thing that we need to look at, payments for today is going to be the receipt register, which is the items that we do have POs for. And we have a total of 66,935.98. And
That's the very last report, guys, in your packet. It's called receipt register.
receipt register for APs with POs.
And under tab 7 or where
You're
we
on
at?
tab 7. Yeah, the very last report on tab 7. And it's one of 16 pages.
Yeah. So those are the items that we do have purchase orders for. So first of all, do we have any questions on those items?
Okay, keep going. We'll approve all this at once.
Okay. So payable register, the second one is for accounts payable that do not have POs. We have several that are contracted.
It's the second report, guys, in your box, in your tab. It's called payable register. Go ahead.
And 7 still.
Yep, tab 7, second report. Payable register.
Okay, so this is the one that says accounts payable or AP, no
No
POs.
POs.
Starts with 12 rounds media. The total on this one is $132,718.66. I think one of the reasons this number is so much bigger is because a lot of these are either contract amounts or they are some grant items that end up getting paid. And if you have any questions there, the one that is still on hold or was on hold, the Ecologic, that is a grant item for their cop sink that came in that needs to get paid. And then the Rosa Macias is that is the tow bill that was discussed a little earlier. Do we have any questions on those items?
No, ma'am, keep going.
Okay. Next thing I have, with those are the two packets for the expenses. Do you want to approve those or you want to do the whole ball of wax?
We'll do the whole ball of wax. Now go to recurring expenses.
You had told me to drop recurring expenses.
Well, this is the ratification of those,
Okay,
ones that you've had from previous times.
okay.
We have copies of that.
You do have copies of that.
10,902.
So those were payments that were made last week for recurring payments.
Remember, we have a bundle of bills that we pay no matter what. It's called recurring expenses paid. It says plus Paradise Construction up here. It's the third report. And these are just letting you know, we paid these.
We paid them
Okay.
and
And y'all authorized us to pay like the electric bill, and but we still want to ratify them after the fact, which is what you're doing here.
Right. Got it. Okay, and with respect to that, you should also have an item that has yellow in the middle of it.
Yeah.
That after we put together that initial vendors list for recurring items, some people came forward and said, hey, I have vendors that we need to add. We actually have kind of two groups of them. Up at the top, I went ahead and added Linebarger, Coggin Blair, and Sampson for the JP collection services. And the remaining of those are going to be Good Works is for tourism, Cricket and Verizon is for Trico, the Tri-County Juvenile, and then Verizon, and then Dial Tone Services for Road and Bridge. And the additional ones down at the bottom, I just received I just received from the 394th Friday. And then additionally, we've got Cycle Tech, which were requested to add this morning. So those would go to our recurring payables list.
So if you guys remember, they'll pay these and we'll look at them after the fact. If we ever decide we don't want to take one of these recurring, we can take it off the list.
And these are mostly things that are going to be under contract. So for example, Cycle Tech, the recurring quarterly invoices that he sends for checking the generators would be on this list. If he has to do a substantial repair that doesn't fall under that contract, then he would send us a separate invoice. It would not be a recurring invoice. So it limits it to those that are usual, ordinary, and recurring.
Is that being true for anything with a contract?
Can you give me an example?
The library?
Yes, they're on the recurring payments.
They're on the recurring.
They're on the one that we originally had. These are strictly the additions.
Got it.
All right, I'd entertain two motions. One, to approve the reports, approve/ratify the reports as presented by Melinda.
You still have budget adjustments.
Yeah, hold on, we're gonna do these, and then we'll do budgets. All right, motion, I need a second. For the reports.
What are these ones?
That's your summary page.
Yeah, but
Oh,
these
I'm sorry.
highlighted items.
I don't know why did you highlight the we need to ratify those. That's what we're doing now to pay. We haven't paid those guys. We have the contracts in place
Okay.
and we need to ratify those contracts
I know we have
because we're past due on.
last year's contract with Juanita, and I saw Carlos.
Oh, Carlos asked that we move it over to his name.
Okay.
So it's now in Carlos's name. The contracts have been signed. We're just ratifying those so they can pay.
Okay.
Abel as well as American. Get those guys paid. So I've got a motion. I need a second to approve this.
A second.
Okay, sorry. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I need a motion to approve the updated recurring payment list.
So moved.
Motion,
Second.
second, discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, Melinda, let's do tab 8.
Tab 8.
Well, that's your budget adjustment, sorry.
Okay. So I'm apologizing here, you're gonna need to go back into tab 7 and we will discuss the CoLogic that is actually on hold until the budget adjustment gets approved. This entire budget adjustment, there are 3 budget adjustments, 2 related for year 25, 1 related for year 26. These are for the new Operation Lone Star grant that took effect September 1st of this year, goes through August 31st of 26. So that grant budget has to be allocated, and that's what this budget adjustment is doing. The other issue, there's only $35,000 for CoLogic that is budgeted in the Operation Lone Star. The reason this is highlighted, and I do now have an answer, it's a higher amount on the invoice, is $43,974,540. Has to do with some additional licenses that they got. And that difference will be going to the sheriff's department, but the majority of this is going to get booked against the Operation Lone Star grant.
And this is the system, guys, that our deputies use in their vehicles, those laptops to run checks, warrants and other things, driver's license checks. It's an expensive system. Thank God we got grants. Okay,
So any
and so the
questions?
budget adjustment just corrects it for the fiscal year.
Well, the correction, this budget adjustment is actually establishing the budget for this grant because we did not have this, and you're going to see other ones similar to this as we go through the year. This grant was not awarded at the time we did the budget. So this is establishing the budget for that new grant.
Okay, I entertain a
Oh, we did
motion.
that, huh?
So moved.
Motion. Looking for a second.
I'll second.
Motion is second, discussion. We're going through grant by grant by grant and getting all this kind of organized.
Okay.
it's sort of a puzzle, Alice puzzle to figure out. All right, motion and second, no further discussion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, what else you got, Melinda?
That's all.
Okay, yeah, so item C, which is that Fund 450, we're tabling that.
Correct. That was not needed right now.
All right, number 17, Brewster County Tourism. The only, Robert's out today. The only item we have is 17B, which is discuss and take action to approve a contract for a full print ad in the Rider magazine. That's in your packet.
So moved.
Motion, looking for a second.
A second.
Motion is second, discussion.
What's it cost?
Rider magazine.
Yeah, no,
That's a copy of the ad. I get it. It's $4,600.
$4,600.
Total cost. I'm sorry. What you said, what's?
Yeah. Western.
Okay, a motion is second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Right. All right,
Under this tourism, I have a deal next week, but Mr. Armstrong.
Okay.
Maybe Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever day works. Can you meet me over there and we can just discuss?
What was it?
For, the purchase of maybe some land from that, yeah, or more.
Yeah, let me know. I'll be there.
Okay.
All right, number 9, we don't have a closed meeting today. Number 19 is the next meeting. All right, so just want to throw this out. The next meeting is December 23rd. Do we want to, I can't imagine we're not going to have some loose ends that we need to wrap up. Would you guys like to skip the 23rd and have a special meeting next week? Because I guess we only got 2 weeks and then we're in Christmas. So we would have
But
a
I mean,
meeting.
we're not, our year ends in September. I mean, just because the year ends for the calendar, doesn't mean that.
No, but I mean, we can just dispense with the meeting altogether for the rest of the year. We can have the meeting on the 23rd. We can move the meeting to next week.
I'm gonna be gone the 23rd.
23rd?
Yes, sir.
That's what I kind of figured. Everybody's gonna be gone. You're gonna be gone next week? Yeah. Well, the only thing I can think of would be that fireworks thing. We'll check on that, but Jim, you and Mo and I could do that.
yeah,
You'll be here Monday,
I'll be here Monday.
so I could post that today.
Well, actually, I was wrong about that. The 15th isn't Monday. Or the 14th isn't Monday. The 14th is Sunday.
Oh, so we gotta do it by Friday.
Yes.
And there are gonna be some bills that need to be approved. That if we don't have a meeting, would not be able to be approved until, what is it, January?
Well, we're not meeting again until January 13th. How about,
January 13th?
yeah, you're going all, next Tuesday, you can't make it.
What deals, I thought we
Tuesday,
give her
I can be here.
I thought we give her the leeway to pay whatever it takes to keep the road.
They're not bills that, if they're on the recurring payables
they're not
list, that is true,
recurring.
but these are items that are not on the recurring payables list.
Why don't, Ruben, are you here next week? You will.
Yes, sir.
What if we had a special meeting next Tuesday? Mo, if you can't make it, Jim, Mo, Jim, Ruben and I, and we'll pick up any.
I could probably make it Tuesday.
Okay. Well, why don't we have a special meeting on Tuesday, cancel the 23rd? We'll pick up all our loose ends between now and then.
You're talking Tuesday, the 16th?
Yeah, I'll have to post that agenda by,
Tomorrow.
well, by about tomorrow at 5.
I won't be here.
You won't,
I got a doctor's appointment in El Paso for my eyeballs.
so a week from today is what now, 16th? Mo, you can make 16th. Ruben, can you make 16th?
Yes, I can make.
Sarah, can you make
Yes, the
16th?
17th.
Actually, if the 3 of us were here, we could do it. You wouldn't have to come up unless you want to.
I have a Christmas sweater. I could wear it. Cancel the 23rd.
All right, so the motion, I entertain a motion to cancel the 23rd, move the date to the 16th, which will be the last meeting of the year, and wrap up any bills. Okay, motion second, discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right,
Move to adjourn.
motion to adjourn. Looking for a second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Court is now adjourned.